All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Dell Technologies.
Dell Technologies.
Recent Q3 earnings report.
Yeah.
We're going to go beyond like just the surface level headlines and
Sure.
see what's really going on,
Absolutely.
Dell's a major player in the tech world, so their results offer a glimpse
Yeah.
into the trends impacting all of us, like from the AI revolution to how businesses are spending their tech budgets.
Yeah.
We've got some sharp analysis from Earnings Whisperer and the latest stock market chatter to guide us.
Sounds good.
So
Buckle up.
buckle up.
Yeah. It's
exciting stuff.
it is fascinating to see how Dell's numbers paint a picture not just of their own performance, but of the tech landscape as a whole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the first thing that jumps out is that Dell actually beat expectations this quarter,
Wow.
calling in a cool $24.4 billion in revenue.
Yeah, it's impressive.
A 10% jump.
Especially
Even with the economy being a bit shaky.
Yeah. Right.
They managed to hit 2.15 earnings per share,
Strong.
a 14% increase year over year.
Year over year.
Clearly, there's strong demand for what they're offering.
Definitely.
But what's driving that success?
Well, the real rock star this quarter is their Infrastructure Solutions Group, or ISG.
Okay.
They saw a 34% revenue increase,
Wow.
34?
largely fueled by the insatiable hunger for AI servers.
The AI servers flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Got it. But just how big is this AI frenzy?
Huge. Dell shipped $2.9 billion worth of AI servers this quarter.
Oh,
But here's the kicker. They have a backlog of $4.5 billion.
Whoa. $4.5 billion. That's like having a line of customers stretching around the block,
Wow.
clamoring for your product.
Right.
What this tells me is that Dell is in a prime position to dominate this burgeoning market.
Okay, so a $4.5 billion backlog, that's not just a good quarter.
No,
That's a potential game changer.
it is.
But what are they doing that's got everyone so excited about their AI offerings? Well, Dell's not just selling servers. They're offering integrated solutions that make AI adoption smoother for businesses.
Okay.
Think of it like this. They're providing the entire AI ecosystem,
Got it.
from the powerful servers themselves to the complex cooling systems needed to keep them running.
Right.
Even the software and services to help businesses make sense of all that data.
So it's the whole package.
It is.
Yeah.
This makes them a one-stop shop for companies looking to jump on the AI bandwagon.
Smart.
Yeah.
So they're removing the barriers to entry, making AI more accessible,
Right.
not just for the tech giants,
Right.
but for a broader range of businesses.
Exactly.
Clever. But it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Right.
I mean, we all know the PC market's been a bit sluggish lately.
It has been, yeah.
How's Dell's Client Solutions Group, their PC division, holding up?
You're right. CSG revenue dipped slightly this quarter, down 1%.
Down 1%.
It seems like consumers are holding onto their wallets a bit tighter,
Yeah.
and businesses are delaying those big PC upgrades. It's a trend we're seeing across the industry.
So PCs are feeling the pinch while AI is booming.
Yeah.
Does this shift in spending priorities worry Dell?
Dell acknowledges the slowdown in the PC market, but they're not hitting the panic button just yet.
Okay.
They're expecting a refresh cycle eventually,
Oh,
especially as Windows 10 nears its end of life in 2025.
yeah. A lot of people are going to have to upgrade then,
Hey, Will.
whether they want to or not.
Right.
But for now, it seems like Dell is betting big on AI to drive its future growth.
It seems that way.
They're projecting $24 to $25 billion in revenue for Q4,
Wow.
which sounds pretty optimistic given the economic headwinds.
Yeah.
What's giving them that confidence?
Well, that massive AI server backlog is certainly a good sign.
right.
But they're also banking on some long-term trends that are playing in their favor.
Okay. Well, like what?
The adoption of AI is only going to accelerate.
Right.
And Dell's already seeing that in their own pipeline,
Right.
which grew over 50% this quarter.
50% increase. Wow. That's...
That's a serious vote of confidence.
Yeah.
From their customers.
But aside from the AI craze,
Right.
what else is giving them that long-term optimism?
Think about all the aging tech infrastructure out there.
Okay.
Servers and PCs don't last forever.
Right.
And eventually, businesses will need to upgrade. It's a natural refresh cycle that's bound to benefit companies like Dell.
Almost like a ticking time bomb
Yeah.
for sales.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they've got the AI engine revving,
Yeah.
and they're counting on those future upgrades.
Right.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
Storage. With all this AI generating mountains of data,
Right. Tons of data.
how's Dell addressing that growing need?
You're absolutely right. You can't have AI without massive amounts of data storage.
Right.
And Dell's keenly aware of that.
Okay.
They're pushing their power scale and power store lines, which are specifically designed to handle the kind of data that AI thrives on.
Okay, so they're thinking ahead,
They are.
making sure they've got all the bases covered.
Yeah.
But let's face it,
Right.
every earnings report comes with its share of tough questions.
They do.
What were the analysts grilling Dell about this time around?
Well, one of the big questions was about the sustainability of ISG's impressive margins.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
They're making a lot of money,
Yeah, they are.
but can they keep it up?
Right. High margins are great, but are they built on solid foundations?
That's the age-old question.
Yeah, or are they just a temporary blip?
Exactly. Dell reassured analysts by pointing to their cost management strategies
Okay.
and the efficiencies they've gained through server consolidation.
Uh,
They're basically doing more with less,
right.
which is always a good sign.
Smart moves.
Yeah.
But here's a head-scratcher for me. They've got this massive AI server backlog. Demand is through the roof.
Yeah.
So why aren't they projecting even stronger short-term growth?
That's where the real-world limitations come into play.
Okay.
Even a tech giant like
Yeah.
Dell
Look.
can't escape the global supply chain challenges.
Right.
Component shortages are still a headache. And the transition to NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture,
Right.
their next generation of chips, is causing some temporary slowdowns in shipments.
So even though they have the orders,
Yeah.
they can't quite deliver as quickly as they'd like.
Right.
It's a reminder that even with the best technology, sometimes you're at the mercy of the global supply chain.
Yeah, you are.
But let's talk more about this Blackwell transition.
Mm-hmm.
It's causing a bit of a bottleneck now,
Uh-huh.
but what's the long-term significance of this new architecture?
Well, NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture is a big leap forward in AI processing power.
Okay.
It's designed to handle the increasingly complex demands of AI workloads,
Right.
making those algorithms run faster and more efficiently.
As more powerful.
It is. The transition is causing some short-term hiccups, but in the long run, it will allow Dell to offer even more powerful and sophisticated AI solutions to its customers.
So it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain.
Exactly.
And it sounds like Dell's playing the long game here, positioning themselves to be a leader in the AI space for years to come.
It seems that way.
But we can't just talk about servers and chips.
Right.
We need to circle back to that storage question.
Yeah.
Analysts were curious about how Dell plans to capitalize on the storage opportunities that come with this AI boom.
Yeah, good question.
What's their strategy there?
Dell's not just reacting to the AI wave.
Uh-huh.
They're anticipating the next ripple effect.
Okay.
They see AI as an interconnected ecosystem,
Right.
and they're positioning themselves accordingly.
Got it.
Their power scale and power store lines are specifically designed to handle the massive amounts of unstructured data
Right.
that AI algorithms need to function.
So it's not just about storing the data. It's about...
No, it's about making storage smarter,
Mm.
more automated,
Right.
and more integrated with AI workflows.
Got it.
It's a smart play because it addresses a critical need in the AI world,
Yeah.
making them an even more valuable partner for businesses embracing AI.
So they're not just selling separate products. They're creating a whole ecosystem.
Right, an ecosystem.
Which is a smart move to really understand Dell's commitment to innovation.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on some recent examples.
Okay.
They launched the IR7000 rack,
The IR7000.
capable of supporting a mind-boggling 480 kilowatts per rack.
Whoa, 480 kilowatts.
Now, I know you love to geek out on this stuff.
I do.
So tell me, why is this a big deal?
Oh, this is where I get really excited.
Okay.
The IR7000 rack isn't just about cramming more power into a smaller space.
All right.
It's about efficiency. This kind of power density allows data centers to pack more processing punch
Okay.
without needing to expand their physical footprint.
Right.
And with energy costs soaring,
Yeah.
that efficiency translates into real savings.
So it's like getting a bigger engine but better gas mileage,
Right.
which is always a win.
Always.
But Dell's innovation isn't just about making data centers more efficient.
Right.
It's about impacting the real world in meaningful ways.
Yeah.
They shared a story about a biomedical research center
Interesting.
using Dell technology to train AI models for cancer treatments.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's what I call impactful innovation.
Absolutely. It shows that Dell's technology isn't just about crunching numbers and processing data.
Right.
It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in fields like healthcare, scientific research, and beyond.
Yeah.
They're becoming a true enabler of progress.
It's a reminder that technology at its best can be a force for good in the world.
It can be.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we have to address the elephant in the room.
Right.
That stock market dip on November 27th.
Oh, yeah.
Both Dell and HP saw their share prices take a hit
Yeah.
after their earnings reports. What happened?
It's a classic example of how the stock market doesn't always reflect
Right.
the full picture of a company's health.
Right.
Both Dell and HP had strong quarters,
Yeah,
but investors can be fickle,
they can be.
especially in a volatile market.
So even with a strong performance, sometimes you can't control how the market reacts.
Sometimes you can't.
Well, that brings us to the end of part 1 of our Dell deep dive.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of
I
ground,
have.
from their AI dominance to their PC challenges,
Uh-huh.
and even touched on some of those bigger market forces at play.
Right, those market forces.
So we're not done yet. In part 2, we'll delve deeper into Dell's overall strategy
Okay.
and what it all means for the future of the tech landscape.
Sounds good.
Stay with us.
All right.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Okay.
We just explored Dell's impressive AI-fueled growth,
Yeah.
but also saw them grappling with those real-world challenges that so many businesses face today.
Right.
So what does this all mean for you?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
Dell's story offers a fascinating glimpse
Yeah.
into how companies are adapting in a world where AI is rapidly changing the game.
What strikes me is how Dell is leveraging their long-standing expertise in hardware, particularly servers, to become a leader in this new AI landscape. They're not just keeping up with the times.
Right.
They're anticipating what's next and positioning themselves accordingly.
It's like they're not just playing the game,
Right.
they're rewriting the rules.
Yeah.
But even with this AI success, they're not immune to those universal business hurdles.
No, they're not.
Supply chain issues, changing consumer behavior, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. Dell's story is a valuable reminder that even the biggest players have to be agile
Right.
and adaptable to overcome these obstacles.
Yeah.
It highlights the importance of having a diversified portfolio
Yeah.
and a flexible approach to navigate these ever-changing markets.
So let's dig into Dell's playbook a bit.
Okay.
We know they're all in on AI,
They are all in on AI.
but what are the key elements of their strategy?
Well, their approach is centered around building a comprehensive AI ecosystem
Okay, so it's not just...
instead of just selling individual components. They're offering integrated solutions that streamline AI adoption for businesses.
So it's a one-stop shop for all your AI needs.
Think of it as a one-stop shop,
Yeah.
from the high-powered servers to the complex cooling systems,
Right.
and even the software and services to help businesses make sense of it all.
They're making it easier for companies to embrace AI without needing to become experts themselves.
Exactly.
It's like you're providing the tools and the roadmap to navigate this new terrain.
Yeah, good analogy.
But they're not alone in this race, right?
Well, no, of course not.
Who are they up against in the battle for AI dominance?
Oh, it's a crowded field.
Okay.
Dell's facing stiff competition from other tech giants like HPE and Lenovo.
Right.
And even cloud providers like AWS and Azure are vying for a piece of that lucrative AI pie.
Sounds like a real battle royale.
It is a battle.
So how is Dell differentiating itself in this competitive landscape?
Right.
What makes their offering stand out?
One key differentiator is their focus on performance and efficiency. Remember that IR7000 rack we talked about?
Yeah.
That's a prime example. They're pushing the boundaries of power density, packing more processing power into a smaller space,
Right.
while using less energy.
It's like they're engineering a race car that's both powerful and fuel efficient.
Yeah, good one.
But beyond the hardware,
Yeah.
what else sets them apart?
They're also emphasizing the ease of use and manageability of their AI solutions.
Okay.
This is crucial for businesses that want to adopt AI
Right.
without having to build massive in-house expertise.
Right.
Dell's making it simpler to integrate AI into existing workflows.
It's about democratizing AI, making it accessible to a wider range of businesses.
It is,
It's
exactly.
just the tech giants. That's a powerful message.
Yeah, it is.
But let's not forget about their core businesses.
Right.
PCs and storage.
Yeah.
How are those areas evolving in this AI-driven world?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
In the PC side, they're facing challenges with that delayed refresh cycle we discussed earlier,
Mhm.
but they're also seeing opportunities to integrate AI capabilities into their devices.
Like what?
Imagine a PC that anticipates your needs, learns from your usage patterns,
Okay.
and becomes more personalized over time.
Now that's a PC I'd be excited to upgrade to.
Yeah,
It sounds like AI could actually breathe new life into the PC market.
it could definitely give it a boost.
What about storage? How are they adapting to the massive data demands that come with the AI boom?
Storage is absolutely essential for AI.
Right.
Those powerful algorithms need vast amounts of data to function.
Mm-hmm.
And Dell's addressing that need by doubling down on their PowerScale and PowerStore lines.
Okay.
These systems are designed to handle the massive amounts of unstructured data that AI thrives on.
So it's not just about storing data. It's about...
Exactly. It's about making storage smarter
Okay.
and more integrated with AI processes.
Got it.
They're focused on making storage more intelligent and automated
Mm-hmm.
so that it seamlessly integrates with AI workflows.
So the data is readily available.
Right.
Optimized for those AI algorithms to do their magic.
Exactly.
It sounds like Dell's weaving AI into every aspect of their business,
So it does seem that way. Yep.
from servers and PCs to storage. It's not just a separate product line.
Right.
It's becoming a core part of their DNA.
Yeah, core part of their DNA.
They're not just reacting to the AI trend.
Right.
They're embracing it
Right.
and using it to transform themselves.
Precisely. And that's what makes Dell such a fascinating case study.
Yeah.
They're showing us how a legacy tech company
Right.
can successfully reinvent itself to embrace the future.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing it in a way that's both strategic and pragmatic.
It's not just about chasing the latest shiny object.
Wow.
It's about building a sustainable business that can thrive in the long run.
Exactly.
But before we get too carried away with Dell's vision of the future, let's get real for a moment.
Okay.
What are some of the potential risks and challenges they face on this AI-powered journey?
That's a crucial question. One potential risk is that the AI market might not develop as rapidly or as broadly as some predict.
Okay.
There's always a chance that the hype could outpace reality.
Yeah.
Another challenge is managing the complexities of the AI ecosystem.
Right.
It's a rapidly evolving field with a lot of moving parts,
Yeah.
and it can be difficult to keep up with the latest advancements.
And of course, they're not immune to those broader economic headwinds affecting businesses worldwide.
Right, all those economic headwinds.
Inflation, rising interest rates,
Yeah.
geopolitical uncertainty.
Yeah.
All these factors could impact their performance.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the competitive landscape.
Right.
Dell's facing fierce competition from established players and nimble startups,
Right.
all vying for a share of the AI market.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dynamic and challenging environment,
It is.
and Dell will need to stay on top of its game to maintain its leadership position.
It sounds like Dell's journey into the world of AI is a mix of exciting possibilities and real-world challenges.
Yeah, a mix of both.
But one thing's for sure, it's a story worth following closely.
Indeed, Dell's strategic moves and overall performance provide valuable insights
Right.
into the broader trends shaping the tech industry,
Right.
and they offer lessons that businesses of all sizes can learn from.
Well, that brings us to the end of part 2 of our Dell Deep Dive.
Okay.
We've explored their AI strategy, the competitive landscape,
Yeah.
and some of the potential risks and challenges they face,
Right.
but there's still more to uncover.
There is.
In part 3, we'll take a closer look at Dell's financials,
Okay.
their long-term outlook, and what all of this means for investors.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned because we're about to crunch some numbers. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We have explored Dell's AI-driven growth, their strategic moves, and the competitive landscape they're navigating.
Right.
But now it's time to get down to brass tacks,
Yeah, let's talk numbers.
the numbers that tell the story of Dell's financial health
Right.
and what it all means for those of you interested in the investment side of things.
Exactly, for the investors out there.
When you look under the hood of Dell's financials,
Okay.
the first thing that jumps out is the stark contrast
Yeah,
between their two main business segments.
absolutely.
On one hand, you've got ISG,
Right. Bye.
the infrastructure powerhouse,
Yeah.
which is absolutely on fire.
He is on fire.
Their operating income soared
5%.
thanks to that insatiable demand for AI infrastructure.
Right. All that AI demand.
We've been talking about.
Yeah.
It's like they've struck a gold
Or
mine
gold mine.
in the AI hills,
Uh-huh.
but then there's CSG,
Right. The client solutions.
the client solution side,
Yeah.
which is feeling the pinch of those delayed PC upgrades.
Right. That slowdown.
It's a tale of two markets,
It is.
one booming and the other at a bit of a slump.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's so important for investors to look beyond those top line numbers
Right.
and really understand the underlying dynamics of a business.
Right.
Dell's success isn't just about riding the AI wave.
Right.
It's about managing a complex portfolio and navigating those choppy waters in the PC market.
So what's the long-term outlook? Can Dell maintain this momentum, or are there storm clouds gathering on the horizon?
Well, Dell's management is cautiously optimistic,
Okay.
projecting continued growth in ISG
Right.
driven by that ongoing demand for AI infrastructure.
Uh-huh.
But they're also realistic about the challenges they face.
Like what?
Well, they've got that massive AI server backlog we discussed,
Right.
but component shortages and the transition to NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture are creating bottlenecks.
It's like they have a Ferrari engine, but they're stuck in rush hour traffic.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And then there's the PC market,
Right, the PC market.
which is still lagging.
Yeah.
Dell's hoping for a refresh cycle in 2025
Uh-huh. 2025.
as Windows 10 reaches its end of life.
Yeah.
But that's still a while off.
Yeah, it is.
So they're facing some headwinds.
Uh-huh.
But they're also betting on some favorable tailwinds down the road.
Yeah, down the road.
Now let's talk about what this all means for investors.
Okay, let's talk investors.
Is Dell a buy, a hold, or a fold? We're not giving financial advice here.
All right.
But what are the key factors to consider?
Well, if you're bullish on AI and believe that Dell can maintain its leadership position in that market,
Uh-huh.
then there's a strong case to be made for investing in their growth story.
Okay.
Their valuation is still relatively attractive compared to some of those high-flying tech stocks out there.
But it's not a slam dunk, right?
Right? Yeah, of course it is.
Investors need to weigh the risks,
Yeah.
those supply chain constraints, the uncertainty in the PC market,
Uh-huh.
and the potential for increased competition in the AI space.
Absolutely, all important factors.
It's a balancing act.
It is.
Dell has a lot going for it.
They do.
Strong financials, a solid track record, and a clear strategy for the future.
Yeah.
But like any investment, it's important to do your due diligence.
Your due diligence.
Assess the risks
Right.
and make an informed decision based on your own individual circumstances and risk tolerance.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Dell Technologies,
Okay.
what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
Yeah. What should they be thinking about?
We've seen how they're riding the AI wave, facing challenges head on, and positioning themselves for the future.
Right.
It's a reminder that even in the fast-paced world of tech,
Yeah.
success requires a blend of innovation, execution, and a healthy dose of realism.
You gotta be realistic.
What's fascinating to me is how Dell's story reflects those broader trends shaping the business world today.
Yeah, I agree.
The rise of AI, the importance of data, the need for agility and adaptability.
Right.
These are themes that resonate far beyond the realm of technology.
Absolutely. For any business, really.
And as we close out this deep dive,
Right.
we want to leave you with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
A question to ponder.
How might Dell's strategic focus on AI impact other areas of their business? And what does this mean for the broader tech landscape?
That's a good question.
We encourage you to continue exploring this topic
Yeah. Keep digging.
and see where your own deep dive leads you.
Your own deep dive.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.